Hello everyone. I wanted to do a video today to sort of commemorate what happened last Saturday, which was Record Store Day. Cameron and I headed into the city, Toronto, to check out some shops as we tend to do. We kind of got a little bit not derailed, but the day was affected by quite a bit of rain. So we were trying to get in and out of shops to stay away from the rain and cluster with the people going in and out of the shops. The day was busy. The shops were really hopping, which was cool to see. Now for me, Record Store Day is really a reason to go out to the shops physically and look around. I had my titles that I would like to find, special titles for Record Store Day. I did not find any of the ones I wanted. Cameron found the Taylor Swift special Record Store Day release, so he was very happy about that. It was the last one in the one particular shop we went to, and that was cool. And he got some other stuff, and I certainly bought some music, bought a record, some CDs, but I'm not really that caught up in just getting the releases on Record Store Day. It's nice, it's fun when you find them, but it didn't happen for me, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you can go online and find that kind of stuff, and you're going to pay a premium for it now afterwards if you can even find it. But to me, Record Store Day is another reason or excuse or motivation to go to some shops physically. And that's what I really enjoy about it. I like going to the shops because when you go to the shops, for me, I've got so much in my head that I would like to get. So finding some titles or some records that, you're surprised to see or you've been hunting for a while loosely, that's how I add to my collection. So I thought, I want to show some records that I've got from some different shops and talk a little bit about the shops and the records that I found. So that's what this is about. So the first shop that I want to focus on is Sonic Boom Records in Toronto. It's certainly the biggest shop in the city, or one of them. And it's a place that Cameron and I first started going to years ago. And I love Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom Records in Toronto. Okay, that's sort of like our centerpiece shop, if you will. And some of the stuff I found at Sonic Boom over the years, I wanted to show. This first one is Stone Temple Pilots. This is their acoustic record called Perdita. So for those of you that are loosely into rock, but you're not quite sure you want to get into something like 90s rock and roll or Stone Temple Pilots are a rockin' band for sure. This is a very beautiful, mature record. This is an acoustic record that they made with vintage acoustic gear. And it's really a beautiful record. So when I spotted this one, I gave it a try. I didn't really know much about the sound of it, but holy, it's really a beautiful record. Kara and I both enjoy listening to this. Another one I found at Sonic Boom Records not that long ago, and I was excited because I had it loosely on my list, is Duff McKagan's Tenderness. Now, this is a solo effort from Duff, and those of you that follow that kind of music would know that Duff McKagan's the bass player from Guns N' Roses. This is not a Guns N' Roses record. This is an acoustic record with a lot of very poignant songs. Duff impressed me with this record very much. So that was a nice find. I really enjoy having this one. One that I picked up that I was always a big, still am, Oasis fan. And Noel Gallagher is the man in Oasis that makes a lot of great music, individual music. And then, of course, Liam Gallagher stepped out on his own. And this is his first solo record, As You Were. I picked it up and I was so impressed with it. Made me think, wow, Liam, just as good as your famous brother, Noel. This is a good record, really good rock record. This one here, a band that, like most bands that I've seen with my son, and this is Wolfmother. Check this album out. Look at that. It's got the crazy cool cover that does this neat trick. Andrew Stockdale is the singer and guitarist and driving force behind Wolfmother. And they've done some records, but I really like this one. Pretty Peggy is my favorite song on this record. It's very popular, kind of more acoustic number. All right, so another shop that I wanted to talk briefly and tell you guys about is Cops Records in Oshawa. So, you know, I'm in Durham region, and there's Cops Records in Toronto. We did go to Cops Records in Toronto on Record Store Day. The one here in Oshawa, because it's local to me, that is got a good place to me, because that's the place I've been a few times. I've got some, it's not a huge shop, but they've got some stuff that I found that are big treasures in my collection. And one recent, not that far long ago, was this newest Kim Mitchell record. Kim Mitchell is a really important artist to me. I loved Kim for a long time. Great record, great player, great guitarist. And this is his most recent record. I don't want to say it's his last record, but, you know, really great record. If you see this record, grab it. I was so excited to see this record and get it. Also from Cops Records, a couple of times at Cops Records, because it's here in town and it's not as busy as the Toronto shops, I've got to talk to the curators of the shop a little bit, and they've made a few cool recommendations, and I knew I wanted to try the National. And they steered me towards this record. And this record's called I'm Easy to Find. And this is a band that, if you don't know them, check them out. It's very kind of, I want to say quiet rock and roll. It's calm, very soothing music, really great. It's got a song on here called Light Years that I would encourage you to check out. And yeah, great music to listen to, especially on a Sunday, on a weekend. Okay, next shop I wanted to mention is a really small shop here in town in Oshawa that opened up not that long ago called Another Spin. I've only been a couple of times, but I found this absolute gem at that shop. This is a Simple Minds compilation hits effort, 2 LPs, and the song list on this record. Oh, wow. So I was really excited to find this, because I have a Simple Minds CD collection called Glittering Prize, which is really good. And this here is different enough with some fresh stuff that it's not on the other one, that I grabbed right away, and I was happy to do so. So that's a good addition. A while back, Kara and I took a road trip to a little place called Zap Records in Cobourg. And I found 2 records there that was really cool. It's an interesting shop, moderately sized, just jammed with stuff. So much stuff in there. So we took a little bit of time, and I was really excited. I couldn't believe I found this, because I hadn't seen it otherwise. And this is the first Montrose album that was out that was very famous. Okay, it's just simply called Montrose. And this is the band with Sammy Hagar before he became famous and before he joined Van Halen. And this record sounds very similar to some early Van Halen. And I love it. It's straightforward, honest, hard rock. What's cool about this one too, this is what I mean by you can find some stuff if you go to some of these shops. This has got, it's a 2 LP, and it's got a lot of the same stuff on a live album as part of this set. So pretty cool find for sure. So this past weekend at Record Store Day, Cameron and I've been to Dead Dogs Records in Toronto a couple of times, but he took me to the new location. They changed it up, and I gotta say, probably my favorite shop at the moment that I like, and it's called Dead Dog Records. And while there, Cameron pointed out, and I trust his opinion, he sent me, suggested that I buy this. This is Phoenix Alpha Zulu, and we see Phoenix open for Beck at the end of the summer. So I grabbed this. Of note on this particular album, it's got one of our favorite things, of course, some colored vinyl. Look at that baby. And we didn't know that. It was funny because we saw there was two LPs for sale of this there. One of them was for quite a reasonable price. And then there was another one for also a reasonable price, but barely above the other one. So we thought, okay, I'll grab this one. And then I got home and opened this up and played it. And I think it's so cool to have this. It's modern rock and roll for sure. It's certainly along the lane of Cameron's taste, but we're going to see them live in September, so I grabbed that one. And lastly, I wanted to show you, there's another shop that Cameron had taken me to. We didn't get there this year, or this record store day, because they had posted they had some really big lines, partly because of where they are located in the city and the effort that they've made to promote themselves. They changed their shop recently and changed their location. It's called Pop Music. We've been there a couple of times. This was a really great find that I found there. They've got some really curated, good, the shop is curated very well. This is Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and I had wanted some Nick Cave. This is the second Nick Cave album I've grabbed. If you don't know Nick Cave, you should check him out. This is very adult, mature rock and roll. The songwriting on this is knock your socks off good, very good. So that's my video for today. I wanted to show off some stuff. Encourage people to go out to the shops if you can. If you're into collecting music, it's a lot of fun. The experience of it is what I dig, and you can always find something that interests you at the shops. It helps to have a little bit of time to flip through. That's all part of the fun process of it. Okay, so we'll see you again. I'll be doing another video this week. Probably do one of my ranking videos. I think I've got teed up. So take care. All the best to you guys. Bye-bye.